Hello everybody, I'm Hope and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Fate Stay Night, the Fate route. Previously, we met Archer, one of the baddest guys around. He is extremely cool. The way he rubs off of Rin and just jokes around with her is astounding. Just remember, hypothetically speaking, if you were my master, what would that entail? Rin's constant tsundere-like attitude and getting progressively more angry with Archer's tone was fantastic. That, in addition to some of the gags with Rin wanting to summon a saber and Archer's like, but like I'm cool too though. And then wasting a command spell practically. I mean, yes, Archer is in control, more so, but it's still a waste of a command spell. And then lastly, making Archer go do basic household chores, because he's the maid of the house after all. Gender roles have been flipped! All kidding aside, it was really good. I'm really happy that these characters are so fun and already reminding me of why I'm liking this series, because if it weren't for the characters, I wouldn't care about the fights. I feel like a lot of people mistake good fights for good characters. Like, sure, fights are nice to watch, but if I'm not invested in the characters, then what's the point? So it takes good characters for me to be really in sync with what's going on. But with that being said, why don't we get started? We left off at a pretty good stopping point, I believe, right after Archer's told to go do some basic household chores with a broom and a dustpan. Hell yeah! But let's go ahead and load our game. I don't know why I didn't. No! I didn't mean to start a new game. Shit! No. Alright, we're starting the game over, guys. I hope you enjoy. Let's replay Fate Stay Night. No. Let's load the game. I have the load. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Also, I need to fix the date on here is not correct. Okay, interesting. Let's go ahead and continue. Alright, here we are. I am not sure if we're reading this as Rin or not. Until I'm completely sure, I'm just going to read it in my regular voice for now. The day of fate comes to a close. No, this night is the start of fate. How fitting. There are 6, including myself now. Okay, we are talking as Rin. Alright. Thought I could give my voice a break here, but the game's like, how about no? Once the last one summons a servant, the 7th one who is not yet a master, this Holy Grail war will commence. It's not far ahead. The battle I've waited 10 years for is about to commence. Doesn't that scare you, Rin? I mean, you are a really powerful mage, but let's be real. Oh shit, we're in February! February 1st! We made it. We finished the first day. Awesome. That's actually kind of exciting. We finished the first day. I forget that I have to click through these a lot, to be completely honest with you. Alright. Ooh. Okay. I've gone over the music so many times, but the piano pieces in Fate are filled with so many emotions and just powerful notes. Like, the songs are so good. The piano there is already giving me practically chills. Let's keep going. This is so good. The Holy Grail War. It is a great ritual which has been practiced for hundreds of years. If one enters the ritual, one must eliminate the other 6, as it is a battle for one's life. It is said that the Holy Grail is in the land of Fuyuki, and that many magi have fought each other here in the past. They had only one purpose, to obtain the noble phantasm called the Holy Grail. What? So, I don't believe they ever mentioned this in Zero. The Holy Grail is in itself the noble phantasm? Is it the ultimate noble phantasm? Maybe, because if the Grail gives, like, if the Grail is responsible for how the servants come to life, basically, besides the summoning of them, does that mean that the Grail is responsible for the creation of noble phantasms? Or is noble phantasm more of a ritualistic art in oneself that you create? I'm not sure, but I really don't remember them addressing the Holy Grail as a noble phantasm before. I'll just go with it. Cool, it's a cool noble phantasm. EX level, baby! But the origin of the Holy Grail is unknown. You see, lines like this are great because this isn't intended to be foreshadowing, but as someone who reads too deep into things, when something of such a highly prolific and almost godlike power is hailed and been shrouded behind mystery and rituals and big crazy shit for hundreds of years, and you don't know anything about it basically, or if it's even ever worked, it makes you question whether it's real or if it's a good thing or not. Iskandar brought this up pretty well in Zero. And we know that the Grail is basically all the evils of the world condensed into like an entity or maybe an idea. But this is good because it does give you as the audience the kind of like notion that something's off. I mean, sure, there's a lot of things we don't have knowledge of, like, you know, dark matter or stuff in space. You can only really articulate with evidence that you've gathered before. But then there's things where all you have is faith. And I'm not saying faith is bad, it's quite a good thing, actually. But without being able to prove it, it's a little hard to believe in it. And it's kind of hypocritical for me to say that because I'm not really Christian, but I do kind of believe in God myself. That's just me, though. I don't want to get too much into it because, you know, it's a bag of worms. But, you know, even myself, I question sometimes, but the faith is, you know, there. It's just really cool. I feel like the Holy Grail is just so complex in that regard, and I really like it. Let's get on with this. I'm sorry. It's certain that it never received the blood of God, but its power matches that of the one in the legend. It's certain that it never received the blood of God. Are you saying that the Holy Grail is so ancient that it goes back to the beginning? But its power matches that of the one in the legend. So there's a god in legend of the Grail, okay. Yes. It is said that the Holy Grail can grant any wish. Only one has the right to possess it. The Holy Grail can only grant one wish for one person, but 7 magi are needed to summon the Holy Grail in this land. 1 miracle, 7 collaborators. Well, the point is, it was only a matter of time before a fight broke out over the Holy Grail. Right. When you have such a powerful thing in existence, people will fight for it. And I think that's why the Grail is so secretive, only to certain families and the like, because if the entire world knew of something to this degree, all hell and world war would break loose for it. It's just how reality is. It's how humanity is. And I think this is a good point that we're really bringing up here. It began like an ordinary fight over resources. The 7 magi used the power of the Holy Grail equally to each summon a familiar, a servant, to battle the other magi. Only one magus will obtain the Holy Grail, and so each of them treated the other 6, once allies, now as enemies, and a gruesome fight began. It's sort of ironic how we get consumed by the darkness of man itself. I suppose, rather, the Grail personifying that, as its lust for everyone else drives them to that point, is a little too fitting, isn't it?
This is the ritual called the Holy Grail War, a competition between Magi for the Holy Grail. The Magi chosen by the Holy Grail are called Masters, and each Master receives a powerful familiar called a Servant by the grace of the Holy Grail.
Saber, archer, or lancer, archer, caster, berserker, rider, assassin.
There are two proofs that one is a Master: summoning a servant and making it obey, and obtaining the 3 command spells that can order the servant. The first goes without saying. Yesterday, no, a few hours ago to be exact, I summoned Archer to be my servant, although I wished he was more of a saber, and the damn guy can't even clean that well. Jesus. That leaves only the second. I must protect to the end this command spell that binds the servant. For a master, this is probably the most important thing of all.
What I love about the command spells is the way that they bind the master to the servant, but it's intended to be the way you end the servant. The whole point, it's a plot twist. It'll probably... this is probably another point of contention with whether to start with Zero or the novel first, as you get spoiled on this. It's that you need all of the servants to be dead for the Grail to... Well, not all of the servants. Most of the servants to die for the Grail to show up and show its true form. And you will most likely use your command spell to make the servant commit suicide in order to achieve that goal. And I'm actually glad that I know this fact, because it makes the struggle and tragedies that are about to happen here more fucked and more impactful. Just knowing that little bit of information is going to make everything hit harder. It's going to make me want to pay attention more and savor every little bit that I can. There's the Tosaka, the Tosaka command spell symbol.
Pattern inscribed on my right hand after summoning Archer. This is the command spell. This holy sign, granted by the Holy Grail, is the proof of a master who has summoned a servant. This mark with concentrated magical energy is an instantaneous thing, not an eternal one. It is consumed by use, as the appearance suggests. It has the one use for each strike. In other words, only 3 times. A master who loses all 3 of their command spells will be unable to control their servant and faces death. So, the command spell must be guarded as closely as one's life. It hurts my head to think that I used one right at the start, but it wasn't completely meaningless, so I'll call it good. Or I'm just hiding the fact that it was pretty stupid by making myself feel better.
Again, this is really good exposition for learning the rules of this universe. This is actually a lot easier to understand than watching Zero. Zero takes a lot more of just trying to really grasp everything. So I do appreciate it. But Zero is one of those series that for some people, it's expected you to have known the novel. And if it's your introductory to Fate, they do a good job of explaining things, but they go by extremely fast, whereas this novel takes it slow, nice and steady.
Because it's not unusual for servants to go against their masters. I'm fortunate to have been able to chain him using one command spell. Well, that's the gist of it. The Holy Grail War will start when the 7 servants are all summoned.
I wonder if Cheryl will be the 7th or something like that.
I can't just sleep in. I don't know when the last master will appear, but it should be soon.
Hopefully you're not late, because the clocks... Did you ever bother to fix the clocks, Rin? You silly goober?
I'm so tired. Looking out of the window dazed, I noticed the sun's already way up.
Oh no. You're such a smart lass like yourself. That's pretty rough.
Glancing at the clock, I confirmed to myself that I'll be skipping school today.
Oh, you're finally feeling the effects of the contract. Because Archer mentioned this, and he was astounded that Rin was doing so well. Because not only had she used a command spell, but she summoned him and not at her maximum potential, which is at 2 o'clock. So he was especially surprised, and did respect her for that at least.
I sit up in bed and take a deep breath. I'm not tired just because I'm not a morning person. Like Archer said, the master who has just summoned their servant cannot function satisfactorily.
Hey, I can hear you, by the way.
Oh, Archer, you heard me. I said, I summoned Saber, not a...
That makes it worse!
I can remember clearly. Well, it's not something I want to remember, but even if I don't like it, there's no second chance. This isn't Kingdom Hearts.
Nice, let's just take a day off, Ren. Come on. You nerd? You fucking nerd! Take a day off. I can imagine Archer, like, just sitting there, like at the edge of her bed, and just like, you know, you're a fucking nerd.
I slowly climb out of bed. I fight a bit against the unseasonably warm air and my desire to stay wrapped up in my blanket. I knock out the desire to go back to sleep in the 3rd second of the match and check myself in the mirror. Nothing's obviously wrong, except for the fact that I have only about half the usual magical energy in my body. Everything's up to par.
Well, I'm still your problem, but whatever.
For now, I want to check the situation. The servant I summoned is Archer. He's a rude guy with no manners to spare for his summoner and master. And on top of that, he doesn't know who he is. Oh, I'm getting a headache already.
Oh yeah, that is true, because the Noble Phantasm usually ties in with the character and who they are, because each servant seems to be someone in history, from what I can tell. So that means that Archer is someone from, like, the actual history. I wonder who I have no idea who he could be. But without knowledge of who he is, or what he had achieved, or what he can do, other than just basic fighting skills that he has, he won't be able to use his Noble Phantasm. That does make a lot of sense, because imagine if Saber didn't know who she was, how would she be able to do Excalibur? You know, it makes sense.
Servants are powerful familiars on their own, but what makes them the most powerful is the fact that they all have one powerful secret move. The problem is, Archer says he can't remember what it is.
Bitch, I don't need a secret move. I've got this with just my fucking daggers.
Wait, you don't use a bow and arrow?
Well, I never said I used swords, now did I?
Oh.
Hey, it's no big deal. Come on. I don't even know. Does Archer use a bow and arrow? I hope he does. I mean, Gilgamesh technically doesn't use a bow and arrow. Let's just be real here. So, it's all fair game. I can't wait for Fate Dawn Light, where the main protagonist is a saber who wields kunai. That would be fantastic. It is partly your fault, Rin.
That's right, this is how things ended up. We're both on the same boat. I hope he sorts out his memories soon, but the way he's acting right now, who knows when that'll be? Mataku, honestly, looks like we've got a load of problems ahead.
I thought Archer was gonna show up there. I didn't expect scenes to transition. Oh, the room is nice. He cleaned it. Hey, I could really use a peanut butter jelly sandwich for that.
The living room is just the way it was. I only expected him to clear up the rubble, so I moved that he went this far. He must have felt bad about making such a mess of the living room, or he wouldn't have done this.
Well, Rin, it was technically your fault for not realizing it wasn't 2 o'clock. Baka.
I should call him admirable, or maybe just a nice guy.
It's like, I've been awake since 4 a.m. and look at you. The fuck's wrong with you? Already I don't think Rin is ever gonna get along with this guy. It's fantastic. Archer.
I take it back. This shameless attitude, he doesn't deserve any praise at all!
おはよう。そういうあんたは随分とリラックスしてるようね。今を好き勝手使ってくれちゃってさ。
何？一晩過ごした部屋だからな。どこに何があるか把握したよ。おう。ついでだから厨房も片付けておいた。もう少し荒れているかと思ったが、なかなか気の行き届いた厨房だ。
Damn, Archer has no faith in Rin.
上等だな。
He's like, well, you know, I was expecting the kitchen to be fucking disgusting. But hey, at least you have bread. And, it is interesting that Rin does live in a Western-style house, despite her last name being fucking Tosaka, which is very Japanese. Archer surely has snuggled his way into this home's heart.
I'm getting a headache. Why is my servant checking my cleanliness? They say servants think only of battles, so maybe this guy's broken somehow.
なるほど。本調子ではなさそうだな。昨夜は元気だったが、睡眠をとって疲れが出たのだろう。
That can absolutely happen sometimes. I really don't like the feeling. It's no fun.
紅茶でよければごちそうしよう。
Come on, Ren, this dude's nice! He's bringing you some tea! This man's your personal maid!
So at home in a stranger's house.
You summoned him! Ren, stop it! Come on!
Archer stands, takes out a new teacup without a moment's confusion, and pours
Ah, yes, I too love porn. I got... Kirei's just fucking salivating at the window. Did somebody mention porn? in the last 10 years, Kirei has nothing better to do other than to be the local priest with a porn addiction. I wonder what categories he likes. Oh, definitely BDSM. It's like, oh man, I fucking love rope! Tie him up, Kirei. When is Kirei gonna tie me up? Well, I mean, not me, the person Hope, but like the characters in the game. Kirei's gonna have to do some fuck shit. I'm ready, all for it. Oh, that was a pretty good sound effects there, game. Good job, 2004. I mean, it's not too hard to replicate those sound effects. I'm just surprised at how good they were.
There are all sorts of things I want to say, but I surprisingly don't feel like interrupting him. Every aspect of his motion is refined, and you could even say he's being considerate.
まあいいけど、疲れてるのは事実だし、飲む。
Yeah, you better drink it. It's really good.
I take a seat. He hands me the teacup silently, and I take a sip. Oh, it's good. Of course, it's an exotic Chinese tea. It's the best part of my favorite leaf, so I'd get mad if it tasted bad. In fact, I get mad when someone used one of my favorites without permission. Oh, come on! Rin! Baka! Rin! Chill the fuck out! Yes, I would get mad, but when it's brewed so wonderfully, I'm too happy to complain.
ちょっと、何笑ってるのよ、あんた。
I'm laughing too, I don't know why.
何？ 感想が聞きたかったが、その顔では聞くまでもないと思っただけだ。
This seems like I brew a nice tea. Ah, wouldn't you say it, Ren? It's pretty good. I slammed the cup down onto the table.
もったいない。熱いうちに味わった方がいいぞ。私が気に障るなら消えているが。
You're not obviously, you're really considerate, Archer. I just gotta be real here.
ごちそうさま。結構よ。私は茶坊主が欲しくてマスターになったわけじゃないわ。あなたもね、頼みもしないことをする必要はないわよ。
But I'm just being considerate, you know. All right.
そうか。確かに私も茶坊主になったり後片付けをするために契約したわけではない。君がそういうのならば、これからは気をつけよ
う。Well, that was fast acceptance. Good for you, Archer.
ええ、私が求めているのは戦力としての使い魔よ。
Like I said, I may be an archer, but I'm actually really skilled and pretty badass. But I know you wanted a saber. Don't mind me. It just hurt a little bit.
家事をこなすサーバントなんて聞いたことがないし、する必要も特にないわ。
Well, then what did you expect, Pee Wee Herman? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, what am I supposed to do? Just go outside and jack off until the war starts? Jesus.
う。ん？特にはないとはどういう意味かな？
別に好きなようにとって結構よ。
Okay, sure enough.
あなた、自分の正体を思い出せた？
Oh, yeah, not at all. Oh, that face. That's a very serious face. I like that sprite. It's really good.
Just as I thought, it's bad. If you can't remember it after one night, it's not going to come back easily. Only when the plot deems it necessary. Even if we test various things today, this is still...
わかった。あなたの記憶に関しては、おいおい対策を考えとく。
Yeah, really? Oh, fuck, dude. Oh man, that's awesome. Thanks.
じゃあ、出かける支度をして、はっちゃん。召喚されたばかりで勝手もわからないでしょ？街を案内してあげるから。
Oh, sweet, some servant master bonding time. All right.
出かける支度？いや、そんな必要はないだろう。出るのならばすぐに出られるが。
Yeah, look at me. I've already got my fucking red thing on and like tight fucking pants and my weird belt and my potato sleeves. I held potatoes in there. They're pretty good.
あのね、そんな格好で出歩くつもり？どう見ても普通じゃないし、他のマスターが見たら一発でサーバントってわかるじゃない。
You're really taking this way too seriously, right?
私、自分から私はマスターですなんて言いふらす気はないんだけど。
I mean, she does make a very valid point. I'll give Rin that.
ああ、そういうことか。それも問題はない。確かに着替える必要はあるが、それは実体化している時だけでね。サーバントはもともと霊体だ。非戦闘時には霊体になってマスターにかける負担を減らす。
Oh, yeah. That's true.
ああ、そっか。召喚されたって英霊は英霊だものね。霊体に肉体を与えるのはマスターの魔力なんだから、私が魔力提供をカットすれば。
Imagine Thanosing Archer. Like, you just, like, slightly, like, hold back your energy. Archer's just in the middle of, alright, time to make myself something to eat. Oh, yeah, dude, this is gonna be fucking delicious. Wait a sec. No! He just fucking snap of a finger disappears.
自然。我々も霊体に戻る。
I wonder what spirit form actually entails. If it's just them in a nothingness void bubble or
そうなっ
something.
たサーバントは守護霊のようなものだ。レイラインで繋がっているマスター以外には観測されない。
This is very new. This is new. That's cool.
もっとも会話程度はできるから偵察ならばしょうがないが。
I'm your own personal Shinigami from Death
便利。
Note.
それじゃあ本当に他のマスターを探し出すなんて難しいんだ。
Well, in Zero, it was pretty easy.
だが魔術師は魔術師
Oh,
を
that's,
取得できる
yeah.
と
Okay.
サーバントもサーバントを感知できる。
Archer answers my questions. Good, good.
優れた魔術を知るサーバントならば、遠く離れたサーバントの位置さえ把握するだろ
Just as Archer says, a master is usually a great magus. A magus with strong magical energy is sensitive to other magical energy. But as far as I know, no one in this town has magical energy that strong.
で、あんたはどうなの？他のサーバントの位置、わかる？
Hmm.
う。マスター、私のクラスは何か忘れたのか？遠く離れた敵の位置を探るなど、騎士上がりにできるものか？
Oh, fucking hell. I don't know why that's so funny.
Well, I guess not. Archer's magical energy isn't that strong. I expect only the servant caster would have enough magical energy to locate enemies from a distance.
Boom, Sakalaka. We've got a hitter in the house. Rin knows her shit, finally. Well, she does know her shit, but she was just... I don't know what I'm saying. Bibbidi bobbidi, Rin is smartity.
わかったわ。じゃあ、とりあえず後についてきて、あーちゃん。
Ah,
あなたの
sweet.
呼び出された世界を見せてあげるから。
そう目新しいものではなさそうだがね。
It's... You know, why won't you... Why do you say that? You don't think it'll be that new for me. What? Did you live in the 1900s? Or
そ
something?
れよりマスター、君、大切なことを忘れていないか？
I think Archer's like, aren't you supposed to go to school today?
え？大切なことって何？
まったく。君、まだ本調子ではないぞ。契約において最も重要な交換を私たちは未だしていない。
In order to form a true contract, we must create a secret handshake. Now, I don't usually give this out to most people, but holy fuck, this handshake is pretty badass.
契約において最も重要な交換。
Full Metal Alchemist!
Equivalent exchange? No, fundamentally the reward for the servant is to participate in the Holy Grail War. There shouldn't be any more exchange necessary.
君な。朝は弱いんだな、本当に。
Oh yeah, neither am I, dude.
Archer says so in surprise. Listening to his sarcastic comment, I realized something. Come to think of it, he hasn't addressed me by name yet.
Oh! Ren, you didn't even give him your name! Oh, and you call him rude. Oh my goodness. Ren, what's wrong with you?
ああ、しまった。名前。
Yeah, thank you. Like, what am I supposed to call you? Fucking, average girl?
思い当たったか？まあ、今からでも遅くはないさ。それでマスター、君の名前は？これからは何と呼べばいい？
Archer's bashful face is wonderful. I seriously love it.
Archer asks sulkily. Damn it, he is a good person. Yes, there's no mistake. After all, there's no meaning to exchanging names. Servant and master have a relationship forced upon them by the command spell.
Yeah, because you usually would just refer to them as master. There's no need to get really acquaintance beyond that, but Archer's being, he wants to get to know Rin as a person and treat her, like, with respect. Like, I believe that's the point here. We're subverting the master-servant relationship again in a similar fashion to Ryder and, Iskandar and Waver.
For a contract with a normal familiar, the exchange of names has a great deal of meaning, but no such bond is needed between the master and the servant. But still, Archer calls it important. It's a proof of trust that we shall be fighting alongside each other, even without the command spell.
私、遠坂凛よ。あなたの好きなように呼んでいいわ。
Alright, I'll call you Sokka.
Not that.
But you said I could call you whatever I want.
Yeah, I was being more, I don't know. Just call me Ren. I answered bluntly, unable to be true to my feelings. Well, actually, it would probably be easier for me to be addressed in a reserved manner like you or Master. He'll probably call me that. But that said, Archer mutters my name to himself.
それではリンとああこの響きは実に君に似合っている
That's sweet. Aww. Oh, I'm already feeling all happy inside. Sunshine and rainbows.
He says something outrageous.
Fuck up.
リンどうした何やら顔色がおかしいが
うるさい。いいからさっさと行くわよ、あーちゃん。とにかくのんびりしてる暇なんてないん
You
だから。
total soon! But, you know, as much as I rag on Ren a fair time, I do understand what it's like to be really embarrassed when you're shown such extreme kindness or given compliments. It really... I believe for certain people who aren't too used to it, it feels so foreign, but a lot of times you feel like you don't really deserve it. So it's hard to accept it, and that's why you kind of retaliate a little bit, like, no, stop. But you do secretly really appreciate it. And I believe that's a big part of Rin's character there. It's a part of, you know, the tsundere archetype, but it's a lot more than that. It's actually quite real in people. And I think that's really good.
I turn away and start walking. I'm vexed. I don't know why, but I am. Did Archer say that just to make me feel this way?
ありえる。こいつなら絶対そうだ。
No, silly gosh, Rin!
Yes, that must be it. So my face getting hot and my heart pounding, they're all parts of his plan. Be careful, Rin. You're going to have to work with this crooked guy from now on.
Goodness gracious.
I go out with Archer. The city we live in, Fuyuki City, can be basically divided into two towns. One was destroyed 10 years ago. Here, the place with old houses and traditional buildings is Miyama City.
Ah, cool, we're getting some knowledge about Fuyuki itself. Good.
On the other side of the river is Shinto, where modern development is happening. My house is in the older section, Miyama City. Miyama City is broadly separated into two sections as well. This is one of the sections, the Western-style houses where immigrants from foreign countries live. And on the other side of the area is of old Japanese-style houses with a mountain behind it. Both sections are on top of hills, so you could say both are suburbs. The houses in between these two sections are relatively ordinary. As a demonstration...
Ooh. Yeah, it's pretty normal.
They're this ordinary. This is the crossroads of Miyama City, and the hill leading up to the Western-style house like mine. On the opposite side, a hill leads up to the Japanese-style houses. A bridge leads to the neighboring towns of Shinto, and the other way leads to the school, shopping district, and even Ryodo Temple on the mountain.
There's the bridge! Ah, such a classic, iconic part of Fate. I love this bridge. I really do.
And this is the large bridge connecting Shinto and Miyama City. A few years ago, a big station was built over that side, and it has grown rapidly since then. Even though Miyama City and Shinto are in the same city, you can think of them as totally different places. The city's name, Fuyuki, or Winter Tree, supposedly comes from the fact that winters are long here.
Oh, is Fate a winter kind of Stay Night a winter themed series? Is this canon 2006 all over again? Oh no. I didn't know that Fuyuki meant winter tree. That's really neat. That's right, because Yuki... Well, Yuki can mean courage, and it can mean snow, I believe. Or snowflake. It means things like that. Wintry things. And Fu might be part of a kanji for tree, or something like that. So that's pretty cool. I suppose it comes to the fact that winters are long here. I mean, we are in February, and it probably looks like it's freaking freezing. So, at least there's no snow.
Thinking about it, this place certainly has a long winter. In contrast, though, it's quite warm here, and February here is about as warm as December everywhere else.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty good, actually.
I bet a few hot springs would turn up if you went digging around. Then again, this half-hearted cold would make the city a poor hot springs resort. Fuyuki City has a friendly winter, and a strange climate that enters spring and April with no changes.
Huh. Such vapid weather, it's like where I live, goodness. I actually relate to that a lot.
Shinto is all like this.
Well, yeah, you weren't kidding, this is way different. Look at these insane, gigantic architectural marvels.
The rapidly developing town started to build tall buildings as if rushed by something. And as a result, it looks very artificial.
Yeah, of course it does. I believe the Stay Night takes place in the 2000s, so this does make sense.
Though, that's only in the last 10 years. From what I hear, the big fire here 10 years ago pretty much burned down the whole residential district!
Bro! Oh my god. Oh, that's so good. I gotta get it. So good. I'm yawning. Why is this? It's great. I gotta give credit to the writer of this. Seriously, I'm pretty sure this means that the writer already had the twist of Fuyuki being burned by the Fourth Grail War, the end of the Fourth Grail War, planned out here, and he just placed this line cheekily in here. So cheeky. Oh, that's so good, man. That's so good. I love seeing stuff like that in my stories. Even it's amazing.
These buildings were constructed on the land no one lived on anymore.
Wow, so they really did rebuild from scratch. Instead, they brought it to a more modern time, very non-Japanese. Well, I mean, what I mean by that is very non-traditional Japanese. I'm sorry I had to take a drink of water there. Alright, what landmark is next, Rin? Ooh.
And this is the center of it.
ここが神都の公園よ。これで主だったところは歩いて回ったわけだけど、感想は?
It's pretty boring. I've seen this kind of shit before. I mean, not fucking skyscrapers. Those are pretty fucking weird, but everything looks pretty normal to me.
I ask Archer, who is standing next to me. I can't see him, of course.
広い公園だ。だというのに人気がないのは何か理由でもあるのか?
Ah, that's actually a good point. Nice observation.
やっぱりそう見える? まあ、ここはちょっとした曰くがあるから。
What is it with Fuyuki and its fucking nasty history? First the Grail Wars, then the burning down of one of the parts of the city, and now the park! What's next? We got fucking Fuyuki's version of Slender Man. We got Winter Man.
I look around the park. A park this big and organized should be a playground for kids even on weekdays. But there are only a few people here, and a desolate feeling runs through the place.
10年前の話よ。この辺り一帯で大きな火事があったんだって。火は一日燃え続けて、雨が降り出した頃に消えたんだとか。
You see, this is really good writing. Accompanying with the music, the tone gives you the feeling that everything is, that there's a strange sense of mystery to what's happening here. And to have such a mystery, like, they say there was a huge fire. It doesn't tell you directly, like, how do I say this? It's sort of similar to myths in that regard. We don't know the truth here. We just know that something strange happened and a fire just ravaged this place and no one comes here anymore. And this is just such a subtle way to engross the player into the world of the story, but also prove to foreshadow future events as well. It's practically ingenious.
その後町は復興したけど、ここだけはそのままなの。焼け野原になって何もなくなったから公園にしたらしいわ。
That is a little silly. I don't know why they did that.
Archer says nothing, but even though I can't see him, I can tell that he is feeling something special.
What does that mean?
気づいたみたいね。そうよ。ここが前回の聖杯戦争決着の地。私も事情は知らないけど、前回の聖杯戦争はここで終結してそれきり。
Interesting. Did Archer already figure out that this is where the last Holy Grail War ended? It almost seems as if Archer has like good foresight or something. He seems really smart.
なるほど。それでこんなにもここは怨念に満ちているというわけか。
I guess you could say that.
わかるの？そういうの。
Interesting. For a servant to be able to feel the feelings of this place despite... That is interesting.
サーバントというのは霊体だ。そのあり方は怨念、猛襲に近い。故に同じ無念には敏感なのさ。街中でも濃い場所はあるが、ここは別格だ。我らから見れば固有結界のそれに近い。
We are beings similar to grudges and formed obsessions. Grudges and formed obsessions. Therefore, we are sensitive to such remnants like us. There were places in town with strong regrets, but this place is on a completely different level. To us, this place is more like a reality mark. Okay. It's like it's contained in its own bubble of causality or just the amount of energy, the grudges and the obsessions and the negativity that was driven in this spot created such a profound feeling for the servants to be able to pick up. It's almost as if Archer is speaking like he holds a grudge about this place itself in his words, but I think he's talking more in general, that they feel the past and the present of places or what they were felt to others because they are manifestations of similar feelings and similar parts of humanity itself conjured by the Grail. I guess the feeling would be strong in this sort of area. I'm sorry for droning on so long. This little bit of text was certainly interesting to me. This scene is probably my favorite scene of the episode so far. I really like it.
Archer brings up an unusual term in a motionless voice.
Yeah, Rin doesn't know about reality marbles. Oh man. Knowing about them and knowing about Iskandar and Gilgamesh certainly makes this feel a little bit different than it would otherwise.
Reality marble. One of the magics considered the pinnacle of magi, said to be infinitely close to sorcery.
I see. So it's a part of magic that is close to sorcery. Rin has stated that sorcery and magic are quite different in both the proficiency and the use of said abilities.
For hundreds of years, A boundary field has been the defensive field that protects a magus. But simply, it's a vicious version of a security system on a house.
Okay, you know? What a good analogy there.
A boundary field is something applied to an existing area or building to protect oneself from outside enemies. But it is merely a transformation applied to what already exists.
Right.
But a reality marble is different. A reality marble is an image that erodes reality. The imagined world of a magus, a boundary field that paints over reality by letting a magus's heart take form. That is what we call a reality marble.
The heart to take form. If the feeling is strong enough, would you be connected to part of your own... I'm trying to think. Like, if Gilgamesh went to Babylon, would he be able to feel a lot from that, such as a reality marble in it of the existing place? That could be part of it. Reality marble does seem to take many forms, and it does seem rather complex here.
In other words, it's a large-ranged magic that distorts... No, he makes the world as the magus wishes.
リン、どうした？考え事か？
So, would you be able to... Sort of how Iskandar's... I'll have to sit on that.
うん、ちょっと意外だったから。こういう結界だなんて、アーチャーのくせに珍しい言葉を知ってるなって。
Right.
なんだ、知っていてはおかしいか？
I mean, technically Gilgamesh knew of it, but Gilgamesh is old as dirt.
だってそうじゃない。こういう結界っていうのは魔術師にとっては
Oh, it is a taboo?
奥義の中の奥義だもの。
What is this
アーチャー
like?
であるあなたが知ってるなんて筋違いよ。
I suppose it is tied to sorcery, but when you say taboo, is it like a forbidden jutsu? What are we talking about here? It's the fucking reanimation jutsu of magic abilities in Fate.
Isn't that right? I ask with my expression. And then I sense him sighing heavily next to me.
リン、英雄とは剣術、魔術に長けたものを指す。
Yeah. Just because you're disappointed in him not being a saber doesn't mean he's pretty strong.
アーチャーだからといって弓しか使えないと思うのは勝手だが、私以外のサーバントにそんな楽観は持たないでくれ。
Ah, I like your point there, Archer. Don't treat a saber as if they're only gonna have a sword. Don't treat a caster as if they're only gonna be armed with a staff. You know, there's other principles and other outliers that factor into this.
Ugh, come to think of it, he's right.
わかったわよ。今のは軽率な発言だったわ。次からは気をつけるからこれでいいでしょ。
Wow, that was very, very mature of you, Rin.
リン、ズバリ言おう。君は優秀だが、それゆえに他人を過小評価する欠点がある。成人するまでには強制したまえ。
Oh. We're already so early in the game, and this is so good. It's... Wow. Archer, you're really good at reading people. It is the truth, though. Rin underestimates the hell out of people. That's just a part of her personality. I mean, look at what she thought of Kirei! And look what Kirei ended up doing! But I really enjoy the relaxed tone that Archer has here, and the kindness he delivers in those words. He speaks soft-spoken, and more of a mentor, that he actually respects Rin and wants her to grow up to be a fine mage. And because she's so excellent, he doesn't want her to be swallowed by, you know, ignorance and like a pompous attitude.
何気に失礼なこと言うわね、あんた。
I disagree.
Reform? That's like training bad habits out of a horse!
失礼。別にリンがジャジャ馬だと言ってわけじゃない。単にイメージ通りの表現を使っただけというか。
He took the horse analogy there. Rin's like, is he reading my thoughts? Always, Rin. I'm always in your mind.
なおさら悪いわ。
What? Are you good? Whoa, okay. Ooh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, is there like a servant near or some shit?
My right arm suddenly hurts.
ちょっと黙って、あーちゃん。
Oh no, oh no. Are we jumping into this? That's it. Are we doing this?
The command spell engraved on my right hand is hurting. What is this? The mark in Berserk? A small warning as if to get my
誰
attention.
かに見られてる。
Oh no.
I extend my consciousness to the surroundings. I roll out the threads of my consciousness and search through the park.
私じゃ見つけられない。
Ooh, that elusive,
あ
I
ーち
see.
ゃん、あなたは？
難しいな。私には視線すら感じられん。
Oh wow, Archer can't even feel it. Damn.
ってことは、見てるのはマスターね。
I could see it being a master, not a servant. That actually makes more sense.
I don't know who it is, but if Archer can't sense it, it has to be a master.
Right, because servants will sense other servants and masters will sense other masters.
There aren't 7 of us yet, but if we wanted to, we could start the fight at any time. It seems someone watching us wants to battle, but
霊樹は霊樹に反応する。マスターであるのなら、誰がマスターであるかは出会えば感じられるということか。だが、それならリンにも相手が識別できるのではないか。
Certainly plausible, Archer.
ええ。けど、行為の術者なら自分の魔力ぐらい隠し通せる。いくら霊樹同士が反応するって言っても、その霊樹だって魔力で発動するものよ。
Man, this is similar to like Dragon
マ
Ball.
スター自身が魔術回路を閉じていれば見つけることは難しい。
So similar to Dragon Ball.
厄介だな。では、こちらはいいように位置を知らせているということか。
You're like a walking GPS. No, not even that. You're like a fucking Wi-Fi signal.
でしょうね。まあ、私だって家探しすれば魔力殺しぐらいは見つかるだろうけど。
Oh, you have something like that?
必要ないと。
そう。だって隠さなければ向こうからやってきてくれるでしょ。こっちから出向く手間が省けるわ。
Bold words, Rin. Holy crap.
Archer takes a deep breath and goes quiet as if he's shocked.
何よ、自信過剰はいけないって言いたいの？
I ask, remembering our previous conversation, but Archer just says,
That's impossible.
君はそのままが一番強い。はあ、小物には付きまとわせてやるがよかろう。
Damn. Okay, got it. He's... Wait, is Archer just fucking with her? Like, he's like secretly like, oh my god, does she really think she can take him?
he says, trying to hold back his laughter. Well, it's not like I'd like his response, but we decide to continue walking around town.
Oh, it's nighttime already.
We tour the important places, really dragging our observer around, have dinner along the way, and bring things to a conclusion. We've been walking a lot, and it's now 7. At this time of the night, our destination should give us the best view.
Whoa, are we on top of the fucking building? I mean, that's a great vantage point there.
A strong wind. The tallest building in Shinto.
Oh man. Oh, that would be spooky. I would not have the balls to do that. So I gotta give it to Rin. That is pretty badass.
The view from the rooftop of this building is a fitting end for this day.
どう？ここなら見通しがいいでしょ、あーちゃん。
はあ、将来君と付き合う男に同情するな。よくもまあ、ここまで好き勝手連れ回してくれたものだ。
No, I really couldn't imagine someone being your boyfriend. After all, Quite a drag to be around. That's something I could see Archer actually saying.
何か言ったあーちゃん。
Nope, not at all.
素直な感想を少しと確かにいい場所だ初めからここに来れば歩き回る必要もなかったのだが
You know, we could have skipped all the walking around. My joints are feeling a little achy. We could have just come on top of this fucking building and, you know, could have solved things there, but, you know, whatever. It's just my opinion, after all.
何言ってるのよ。確かに見晴らしはいいけど、ここからわかるのは街の前景だけじゃない。
そうでもないがアーチャーのクラスは伊達ではないぞ旧兵は目が良くなければ務まらん
Oh, neato! Neato, that's freaking
そう
cool.
なの？それじゃあ、ここから家が見える？あーちゃん。
Alright, let's not get too excessive here.
いやさすがに隣町までは見えないせいぜい橋屋台までだな
What?
タイルの数ぐらいは見て取れる
What? No way!
嘘。タイル？
What?
タイル？
Oh my god, that's awesome! That's not just good, his eyesight could match the telescopes you find on these rooftops!
びっくり。アーチャーって本当にアーチャーなんだ。
I'm certainly not a saber, but I'm tis.
リンまさかとは思うが君私をバカにしているんじゃないだろうな
I mean, that's certainly what it sounds like to me.
そんなわけないでしょ。たださ、あなたってアーチャーって言われには弓使いっぽくないから、つい勘違いしてただけ。
You know, Rin, why don't you bend me over before you fuck me? Those words hurt my soul.
それは問題発言だ帰ってから追求しよ
I am going to make you sit down in this chair and talk it out with me, damn it. I am an archer!
It seems Archer has taken a liking to the view as he falls silent. He's probably working out the town's layout. I can't interrupt while he's surveying the battlefield. I leave Archer's side and move to the edge of the building. All I can see with my eyesight is the lights below the building. Like the headlights of the cars in the street and the people going home after work. I can't tell what kinds of cars or what kinds of people they are. I can see them, but still not see them. Just like noticing someone is watching me before, but not being able to see the watcher.
少なくとも神道を根城にしている奴が一人いる。
Oh, who's that?
I strain my eyes and stare below me. There are 7 masters in all. I still don't know who the masters are, nor which servants they command. Right now, I assume all the masters are walking around town, collecting information on the other stroking time on other masters. Suddenly, I feel someone's eyes on me. There's no reaction from my command spell. I just feel someone's eyes on me.
下？
I look down. There are many people walking around on the road. Among them is a person. One person is looking up at me as if looking up at the moon.
Oh, what?
I can't tell for sure who it is. I can't tell for sure, but I still know who it is.
What? Huh? What? It's a little bit of a contradicting statement there. I think you're more so saying you don't know who the person themselves are, but you know that they're a master, right?
It's surprising. What's he doing at this kind of a time?
敵を見つけたのか
Archer calls out to me as if sensing my excitement.
別に。ただの知り合い。私たちには関係のない一般人よ。
Just an ordinary person? What?
I answer, unable to hide my irritation and leave the place where I was standing. There's no way he could have seen me from the ground. He must have been looking up at the building by coincidence. So it doesn't mean I was noticed. But still, I'm angry that I let him see me acting as a magus.
Oh. Oh, okay. So it was just someone you knew. I mean, you are being really secretive, as you should be, about being a mage and and stuff like that, which is fantastic. But I can actually understand why you're a little salty about that. So to be fair, I get it. Rin, you're cool there. You're Kuru. I got you.
Unlike Shinto, Miyama City is an old residential district. No one walks around after 9, and the town grows as quiet as midnight.
こんなところね。街の作りは大体わかった？
ああ、町のことならわかる。あとは泳い掴んでいくさ。
Fair enough.
なら今日はここまでね。私もまだ本調子じゃないし、家に戻って休みましょう。
Yeah, which is great. Let's just head on home. Head on home.
We climb the road up the dental hill, and there's someone walking in front. Oh!
あれ、さくら？
Oh! It's Sakura! Yes! Oh, Sakura! This is bad. I don't want to see her right now.
リン、何を隠れている？
Do you want... Okay. I'm a little confused. I wonder if Rin does know that Sakura is her sibling, and she's just hiding herself because she doesn't want Sakura to know that she's a mage, or if it's just too embarrassing to see her right now. I hope those questions get answered. I mean, I'm sure that they will.
黙ってて。うん。あそこにいるの知り合いなのよ。今日は学校休んだし、あんまり顔を合わせたくないの。
Actually, a really good excuse.
As I speak, I look at the figure ahead of us, on the road. There's the well-known first-year student.
What? It's fucking Gilgamesh! It's Gilgamesh! It's Gilgamesh! What are you doing here? Bowl cut fucking Chad? Oh my god, it's Gilgamesh! No, don't you dare do anything to Sakura, you immortal reincarnation! Fuck you, Gilgamesh. Oh god. Goodness, no. What is even happening right now? This is so good. Okay. This is such a good That was so unexpectedly awesome. Oh my god. Let's fucking go. But this scares me, guys. That means that Gilgamesh and Kirei probably have good grips on Sakura already. Right? And if that's true, then is Sakura okay? I don't know how she's normal. Is she living a normal life? I mean, she's certainly going to school and all, but I oh no, oh my goodness, I'm terrified. They are talking about something. No, it seems the foreigner's talking to Sakura against her wishes.
知り合いとは外国人の方か？
No.
いいえ、知らない。この辺りは洋館が多いから、どっかよそから遊びに来てるんじゃない？
Yeah, to outsiders, Gilgamesh has look at I can't even speak. Gilgamesh has just done brain fucked me. To outsiders, Gilgamesh is just some random foreigner Chad.
I say that much, then scold myself for being too soft when that girl is involved.
あ、じゃあ、あいつ人間？
Ooh, good point. I mean, because masters and servants are around, it's kind of scary.
さあ、実態はあるから人間なのだろう。少なくともサーバントではない。
Hmm. Yep, he is not a servant. I don't know if you could classify him as human, but I guess it's a little bit more complicated.
そうよね。マスターでもないし、ただの血は喧嘩か。
You know, this is a really cool mystery about Stay Night that I imagine playing the game without seeing Zero would be really perplexing. Is how can Gilgamesh exist when he's not a servant or a master? It'd be one of the biggest, like, dilemmas trying to figure that out. So, admittedly, that's a fucking cool plot twist. But it was still a plot twist in Zero for me, because I thought that, you know, he'd remain dead after the Grail fucking got destroyed and decided to kill everybody. But that being said, this is awesome. I'm still okay with knowing the twist, because this is great.
Still, I know she's not the kind of girl to get into trouble with a guy.
二人とも言ったな。女は坂を登っていく。
I already feel bad for Sakura because I'm really nervous for her. Is she gonna get groomed by Gil, or maybe like put through a Kirei sort of situation where Gil starts to pressure her to open up to her, like to what she's like deep down? Because Sakura is not gonna be a normal person. I believe. Certainly, there's good to her. She's been corrupted too much with her fucking childhood alone. Just there's a lot to exploit there for Gil.
男は
Oh, he knew, didn't he? Did Gilgamesh feel you? Does he know?
The blonde guy goes down the road we came up.
Oh,
そ
he
れじゃあ
just
あなた
walks
はここを
down.
使って。私はもう眠るけど、何か質問はある？
Oh, so that means that Gil talked to Sakura about something, probably implanting his little seeds of Chad into her, and then decided to walk down the same road. And knowing Gilgamesh, like I know the bastard, he probably knew that Archer and fucking Rin were there and just didn't say anything. This motherfucker, god damn it, Gilgamesh. Oh, that's amazing. This is amazing. I'm just so giddy right now. I know I should probably end it. I'm gonna keep going for just a little bit longer until we find a better spot to stop at, because I'm excited. Yeah, we've been out like all day, practically. You know, I don't blame Ren for wanting to go to bed.
とりわけ重要な疑問はない。すぐに戦闘を仕掛けない君の判断は正しいよ。今夜は魔力の回復を行うべきだろう。
Archer is just a stern mentor-like person a lot of the time, which I do appreciate.
それじゃあ明日、今朝の紅茶をよろしくね。
So now you're gonna tell him to make you tea. Alright. Alright! That is really sweet, though.
Fatigue hits me hard once I walk into my room.
そうだ。眠る前にきれいに。
We're getting the best of both worlds! We get to see Please, please, I want to talk to Kirei. I want to talk to Papa Kirei right now. Please, Rin, put him on the phone.
That annoying priest. He'll already be getting ready to call us in the substitute magus. I don't really care about that, but he's my guardian, so I should at least do the right thing.
電話と。
Y'all remember when Tokiomi gave legal guardianship to fucking Kirei? That was great. Ah, just like the way he gave away Sakura to somebody. But I'm dead!
I dial the number, and soon the fake priest picks up.
きれい私だけど、昨日サーバントと契約したから、正式にマスター登録お願い。
I can imagine Kirei just starts smiling at the other end of the phone. He's like, oh my god, I'm almost fucking done. I've almost got 7, almost got, oh my god, goodbye. I can just like imagine fangirling Kirei. He's just like jumping up and down, fucking grabs a fucking guitar, starts fucking rolling the strings on it. And it's like, right, Rin.
A brief silence. Kirei's silence is enough pressure to stress you out when over the phone.
いいだろう。ではどうする？
Oh my god.
一度こちらに顔を出さないか？ 君のご両親から預かっているものもあ
Oh
る。
my god.
君がマスターになった場合にのみ、成人前に伝えてほしいと頼まれているのだが。
You know, this is really cool. Imagine playing Fate Stay Night for the first time and not knowing who Kirei is, and this guy's like practically like the final boss. Almost. I mean, he's a big deal. He's a big deal. So it's a little funny how that works. I could never write a story that good. I gotta give more credit to the author here. Oh man, but I wonder what Kirei could be giving Rin. Are we getting like another Azoth dagger sort of situation? Oh yeah. If only like Karya used something to choke Aoi. It's like if in Fate Zero, fucking Karya used a rope to choke Aoi, and then fucking Kirei's just like, Rin, here's a rope. You are going to need it in the coming days, and if you don't take it, I will relinquish our contract together. You will no longer. I will use the substitute master. It's like, okay, Kirei, whatever, sure, a rope. And Rin starts using it in battle, and you just see Kirei smiling, like, shit.
ああ、それって父さんの遺言のこと？
Oh!
それならもう解読して手に入れたからいいわ。それじゃ気が向いたらお邪
It
魔
might be
するから
something else,
よろし
though.
く。
Might be something
待
else.
てリン。マスターになったのなら
Are you gonna really hang up on him? No! Kirei just got shafted! Kirei, no! Kirei, no! I hang up, not hearing him out. Listening to Kirei's lecture while I'm tired won't help me recover my magical energy.
さて、これで準備は終わりっと。
All that's left is to sleep. When I wake up next, it should be a completely different morning. 10 years ago, the Holy Grail War in which my father competed as a master and was defeated. Now I'm entering that same battle.
February 2nd. Nice. Alright. That seems to be a wonderful stopping point here for today. That was a lot of fun. I certainly enjoyed this session of Fate Stay Night. It was not a ton happened in terms of progressing the plot, but the dialogue that was here and the interactions surely did make this chunk for me. All of the banter between Archer and Rin and them getting into each other's skin, seeing Archer for how much of a good guy he actually is and how gentle that he is after all, and how again they're subverting the master-servant relationship role, peering more into Rin's personality and what makes her tick. And the scenes with them exploring the city was absolutely wonderful, especially when they arrive in the park, how they foreshadow the the burning of Fuyuki, and then how Archer mysteriously gives these words of the feelings that servants feel, almost as if himself was feeling something there. It kind of reminds, the words that he depicted there reminded me almost of deja vu. I really loved that scene the most. That had to be my favorite scene. We explore the city some more. We even go on top of a large, gigantic building. Some funny stuff with Archer and Rin, and learning that Archer can apparently see like a fucking hawk with his super amazing eyesight. That is a really cool ability, by the way. That certainly surprised me. That ability is so freaking cool. And Rin apparently saw somebody, which we find out later to be Sakura, which is really cool because Sakura is a character that I love, even though I don't really know anything about her, other than all of the bullshit that she went through. The reason I'm so attached to Sakura already is because of Zero and Karya, rest in peace. And I'm actually glad that I got to experience that because it makes me love her already. And it makes me have a lot of questions with Rin and their relationship, which I'm looking forward for the answers to. And then we get to meet motherfucking Gilgamesh, who happens to be showing up once again, out of the blue, mysterious little freaking bowl cut hair Chad ass, having to give Sakura his little I am going to create Kirei 2.0! And that was fantastic. Him walking away, he totally saw Rin and Archer there. Archer had a neat little foreshadowy line about how he does have form, so he could be a human. He's definitely not a master or a servant, though. Good stuff, foreshadowing there for Gil. It seems like the writer already had that stuff planned out at this point, so I gotta give more props to them. We return home and we get to hear about Kirei, who's so happy to have Rin participate in this Holy Grail war, and he's ready to give her a special birthday present, and then Rin just fucking hangs up on him. That's just great. I don't even know what Kirei would do after being hung up on. He just returns to just reading his holy Bible. No, he goes to hug his Angra Mainyu body pillow. That's exactly what he does. Shh, 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 shh. I'm coming for you, Angra. the Grail speaks to him even to this day. Honestly, just a barrel of laughs, a barrel of scenery, lots of thematic introduction. We get to learn more about Fuyuki City. I think it means Winter Tree. See more of the area, see more of how the town connects. The lore with the burned down area of it, the advanced putting how we built from the burned area to create a new, almost futuristic style, with not futuristic, but a more artificial and modern day non-Japanese style. Just lots of fun stuff overall. Having seen Zero just makes this so much better for me. Like, this would be enjoyable for me because I love stories like this without having seen Zero, but everything about Zero makes this so much better. I adore it. I'm so happy that I get to experience this with you all. And thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I just want to let you know that all of your comments and all the stuff that you guys do just by watching, I really do appreciate so much. So thank you very, very much. I want you to know that wherever it is that you are, if it's morning, day, evening, or night, please stay safe out there. And be sure to take care. Well, lastly, it would mean a lot to me if you haven't already, so please leave a like and subscribe. That support is greatly appreciated too. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time for more Fate Zero. Or wait, no, no, wrong one. Fate Stay Night, which I'm hoping we get more cool stuff like just a random Gilgamesh appearing. It was amazing. See you guys!